What's going on, everyone? Thank you for stopping in. So we got some parts from Summit finally. Not going to show you that. Finally got the fuel pressure regulator and some other parts to go with it. This is not the complete fuel system I'm going to be going with. This is the majority of it, most of it being right here, the regulator. So I'm going to show you guys how I plan on hooking this up, which I've showed in a past video, but this might be your first video, so I will show you. My truck is a 2002, and the 99 through 02 or 03, they had a return style fuel system. So I have two lines coming through to the regulator, and the regulator returns, and then one line going to my TBSS fuel rail, which has one outlet. So far I have the fuel rail line adapters from the factory rails to AN fittings. I have some hose, and I have a couple -6 fittings. So right now we could probably set the regulator up, get the dial on it, and hook the feed line to it. And then next time we'll be hooking up the rest and getting some of these 90s and whatnot. So my first attempt at to get this thing running, which kind of worked, was to use a Corvette fuel filter, which has an internal regulator that regulates it to 58 psi, which is what the LS engines need to run. It was really far back and had a pretty nasty kink. I wasn't too happy with it, so I decided to get the regulator. I think I'm going to mount it right here, so I need to find a new place for this horn. Not a really big deal. But yeah, we're going to disconnect that and start hooking up the regulator. Alright, so I got the filter off. I will hold on to this because it's like 40 bucks and has like probably not even a gallon of fuel ran through it. I will put it in a heavy duty Ziploc bag and save it for another project. So I showed these in a different video. Here's the part numbers. So they plug in to the hoses and convert to AN fittings. Both of these are -6 AN. However, one line is 3/8 and one is 5/16. 3/8 is the feed, 5/16 is the return. This is the feed on the regulator, and the bottom is the return. So we'll get these put into the truck, and then we can start assembling this and mount it up. So this is what I mean by it converts them to AN. They plug in there, put the factory retaining clips back on just for added insurance. So it doesn't look like my lines are going to have to be very long at all. I might even be able to get away with, nah, I'm going to have to use a little bit. So very short hose. Yeah, so there's that. We're going to go hook up the regulator. I think my best bet is right here, just to clear that grounding strap. So now I need to mark it, drill. Well, I'll just use self-tapping screws or whatever, but yeah, I think that is gonna have to be it. That way I can still get an Allen to it. Maybe as far down as I can get it. Just so. Yeah. Probably about there. I think there's enough play. I might not even need to use any hose. I might just have to get like 45 female, and both these are male. So that might be it. I don't know. Get it, mounted up there, then we'll start playing with the hose. So I think that's probably as good as we're gonna get. There's really not, I mean, there's plenty of room for it, but there's no like flat areas that aren't up against something to make it easily accessible or have enough room for the hose to connect to it. I just have it plugged off right now. This is where the gauge goes. I need to get gasoline friendly Teflon tape or whatever to seal the threads. I know it's pipe thread, but I would just feel better about having a little bit extra sealant on it. So now I guess we'll mess with the feed line. Maybe we can get that hooked up, and then we'll know what we need from there. I didn't buy everything because I didn't want to buy stuff I didn't need or I couldn't use or whatnot. So I just bought a couple things, and then we'll start mocking everything up and then see what else we need after that. So I'm thinking I'm not even going to have to use any hose, which I just hooked that up for no reason. Because these almost touch. I could probably even, you know, do the adapter, but probably just get some sort of an angle from there, and then same with the bottom. It almost reaches, so I'll see what kind of just hand fitting connections I can get. And then all I'll have to do is get the feed to the rail, so you know, probably 90, 180-ish. I don't know if the 180 have enough room to clear this. I'll definitely won't, because there'll be a gauge there. So I'll have to loop it around and back to the rail, but for the feed and return, I think it's going to be pretty easy. That's nice. So this was just a piece I had laying around that I thought I was going to use, but I did end up buying 6 feet. I don't need it now. I mean, not all 6 feet of it, but I mean, I'll use it for something else. But that, I like it when it works out that way. When you have too much, then not enough. Have to go back to Summit. You know, what a bummer, right? So, I guess I'll just leave this for now in case I do end up using it. Put these back in the box. Here's the gauge. It's kind of a cheese ball gauge it comes with, but I mean, it works. Everyone says it doesn't leak or anything. So, and the top of, you probably saw the bolt or thread, I guess, coming out the top of the regulator. That is what you screw in or out to decrease or increase the fuel pressure. Here is the fuel pressure regulator I got. TNK-AFPR1. It was $79. Not bad, considering it also came with those AN fittings that are the male ends coming out. It came with those, so not bad. It has really good reviews, so hopefully it works out good for me also. Alright guys, as always, thank you for stopping in. If you're interested in a decal, I will show you that real quickly. We got endless wishlist decals. Message me on Instagram or on the community post thing on YouTube. Take PayPal, $5 for one or $8 for two. Like I said, thank you for stopping in. We took a big step today. I'm really excited about the fuel pressure regulator. Someone finally had it in stock. I was going to order it if they didn't have it, but I went today and they had it, so it worked out for me. I'm going to go check out Summit again for some fuel fittings, those the AN adapters or whatnot. So hopefully in a week or two we'll have everything done and it'll be ready for the dyno. I know I keep saying a week or two, but you know, life happens and things come up. So get that set up. I still need to get the right rail. You guys will probably remember that. I thought I ordered the right one, but it was actually pretty much the same thing, same problem I'm having, but luckily I have a friend who is switching over to a much bigger intake and he doesn't need his rail anymore. So he is hooking me up with it for a very good price. So thank you to him. You know who you are. Thank you for stopping in, and I will see you guys next time.